Hi guys and welcome to Prague.
This video will focus on the royal route, recommended for travelers who only have a day or two to spend in Prague. If you are in Prague for longer, I suggest you watch the mega video I made of 50 things to do in Prague.
Over 8 million tourists visit Prague every year to explore this magnificent city. Formerly the capital of Bohemia, Prague offers a plethora of tourist attractions. Historic monuments, enchanted bridges, ancient castles, luxurious palaces, Gothic towers, medieval churches, museums, local street markets, contemporary and medieval art, shows, theater, operas, and very tasty local food and gourmet restaurants. I've been to Prague for over a week to film the main attractions for you guys. It took me a long time to make this video, so I will be forever grateful if you please press the like button so that the almighty YouTube algorithm will make this video visible to more viewers. This video serves as a reference so you can always come back to it and find what you need. Use the chapter markers below to jump across attractions for easy navigation and check the description for more details. If you are new to my channel, Native Explorer is all about exploring like a local. I publish local secrets, hidden gems, as well as cool vlogs, tutorials, and product reviews, so please consider subscribing. So without further ado, let's get started.
The royal route is the historical path that ceremonial coronation processions of Czech rulers walked before their coronation. Today, the royal route serves as the main tourist route through the center of Prague. It starts from the Powder Tower and continues through the Old Town to Charles Bridge and the lesser town of Prague all the way up to Prague Castle. So here are all the cool things you can find along the way.
Hi guys and welcome to Prague. I'm standing behind the Powder Tower or the Powder Gate. The Powder Tower is an old city gate dating all the way back to the 15th century. It separates between the old town of Prague and the new town. It's a Gothic tower, beautiful one, kind of looks like you come out from a Game of Thrones episode. The city gate was destroyed during the Battle of Prague and then restored. It's also the beginning of the royal route, so if you have one day in Prague, you should follow the royal route through all the attractions. I will do them in order today, but you can read about the history later. Let's start and walk through all the monuments on the way. I'm climbing up the Powder Gate, the old city gate of Prague. It costs 150 krona per person to enter. A lot of spiral stairs to the top. I'm at the top torrent of the Powder Tower. Very cool. I'm standing behind the Municipal House. The Municipal House is a civic building just adjacent to the Powder Gate. Here's the Powder Gate. It used to be the royal court of the Czech Republic. From 1383 until 1485, the King of Bohemia lived in this property. After 1485, it was abandoned and demolished in the 20th century. Construction of this house started at 1905 and it opened at 1912. The Municipal House was also the location of the Czech Declaration of Independence. The Municipal House is one of the most important buildings of the Czech National Revival. It now houses arguably the finest concert hall in the country, as well as a beautiful cafe and dozens of other glittering rooms and saloons. Just a few minutes walk from the Powder Tower, you can find the House of the Black Madonna. The House of the Black Madonna is a Cubist building currently used by the Czech Museum of Cubism. The House of the Black Mother was built between 1911 to 1912. It is one of the main landmarks of cubic architecture, and it is the first example of cubic architecture in Prague. It also houses Café d'Orient, or Café of the Black Maddona, that is dated all the way back to the 1920s. I'm not going to go inside the museum, but I am going to have lunch at this cafe. I'm walking at Celetná Street. Celetná Street is the street that's connecting the Powder Tower with the Old Town Square. It has a lot of attractions, a lot of museums, galleries, candy shops, sweet shops. I did visit some of the attractions, but you don't have time to do everything. The Steel Gallery looks pretty cool. They have a Madame Tussauds, they have a chocolate museum, a lot of souvenir stores. Pretty cool street in the Old Town. I'm at Prague's Old Town Square, the center of the old city in Prague. The atmosphere here is absolutely magical. They have a Christmas market just before the end of the month. It's December right now. A beautiful atmosphere, especially during the night with all the lights and the Christmas trees. A lot of attractions are nearby. The square features various architectural styles, including the Gothic church of Our Old Lady Before Time. It is this church behind me over here, which has been the main church of this part of the city since the 14th century. You can also see from here the old medieval astronomical clock located at the Old Town Hall, the building behind me over here. The clock was installed in 1410, making it the third oldest astronomical clock in the world and the oldest one still in operation. Wow! The Baruch St. Nicholas Church is another church located in the town. It is this church over there. Amazing atmosphere. You can shop, you can drink wine, you can eat authentic and traditional Czech food, especially the pork sausage, which I can't eat because I keep kosher. A very magical place to spend a leisurely afternoon and evening. At the center of the Old Town Square is the statue of this guy behind me, Martyr Jan Hus. He was burned at the stake at 1415 as an heretic. I don't know what he did to deserve it. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested. I'm outside the Church of the Mother of God Before Tin, also translated into the Church of Our Lady Before Tin. This is a dominant and Gothic church in the old town of Prague, dating all the way back to the 14th century. You can see the church two towers that are 80 meters high from almost any point in the city. It's a free admission. No photographs allowed inside. The church is located on the Old Town Square on the Royal Route, so you can visit it as you follow along the Royal Route. I'm in an art gallery in Old Town Square in Prague. They have permanent exhibitions over here of Salvador Dali and Wendy Warhol with original work. Pretty impressive. The price to enter is 390 krona for 3 exhibitions, or you can choose just the one you like. Pretty impressive collection. I wouldn't expect to find it in Prague, but here it is. The exhibition is on the Royal Route, so if you are here just for the day, I highly recommend you stop by this important art gallery. Salvador Dali exhibit is absolutely spectacular. Don't miss it. Here's a machine gun of all my favorite pieces in the exhibit. Salvador Dali is officially my favorite painter right now. What an amazing art gallery of Salvador Dali. You can buy some of these paintings in the gallery shop. I'm trying the chimney cake. Chimney cake is a very popular dessert here in Prague. It's an Eastern European dessert made from sweet flour, and you can fill it inside. You can have it plain or with ice cream or with some hazelnut chocolate. Very sweet, very tasty, and full of carbs.
Very popular dessert is also the langos. It's a kind of sweet pizza. I didn't try it myself, but it looks delicious.
What's the name of this?
Another popular dessert in Prague is the potato pancake. I didn't try it myself, so if you did, please share your thoughts with other viewers in the comments below. There are tons of other desserts, so if there is something you like and recommend to the viewers, please write them in the comments.
I am outside Prague Astronomical clock. Prague Astronomical clock is a medieval timepiece on the facade of City Hall, displaying the 12 apostles every hour on the clock. It's a tourist attraction. A lot of people gather here every hour exactly just to see it. You will be able to see the apostles right over there at the window. Every hour the window opens and they rotate and say hello to the crowd. Kind of like a tourist attraction, but pretty cool. Shit. Kind of cool. Let's go up to the tower. I'm standing on the top of the Old Town Hall Tower in the Old Town of Prague, one of the most significant monuments in the Czech Republic. This building was built in the 14th century and it was the highest structure in all of Prague. The view from up here is absolutely mesmerizing. You can see all of the old town of Prague. Today is the only medieval tower in Prague that offers wheelchair access. I'm climbing up the historical Old Town Tower. It costs 200 krona for admission per person, and if you want to use the lift, then it's 100 krona extra, so 300 krona total. Really mesmerizing view from the top. After visiting all the attractions and the monuments in the Old Town Square, if you want to follow the royal route, then continue walking through the old city, enjoying the local traditional experience until you reach the famous and iconic and probably the most known attraction in Prague, and that is Charles Bridge. It's about a 10 minutes walk. I'm gonna reach it momentarily. Welcome to Charles Bridge. I'm standing on Charles Bridge, the most historic and famous monument in Prague and probably the Czech Republic as well. The bridge was built in 1357 by Charles IV. The bridge is decorated by over 30 ice guards. The bridge crosses the Vltava River and connecting the old town of Prague with the palace just on the other side. Let's take the drone up.
Just at the entrance of the bridge, there is a monument of Carlo IV, the Holy Roman Emperor Charles IV, who built the bridge.
One of the main attractions in Prague is to take a sightseeing boat tour. The boat tour takes 1 hour. It costs 350 krona, and you can see all of Prague's landmarks from the vantage point of the river. You don't have to sit outside. They have a very cozy inside atmosphere as well, very romantic. I recommend to take it at 4 or 5 p.m. when it's twilight, so you can enjoy both day view and night view with all the lights. The boat goes through 4 bridges, and you can see most of the landmarks from the river. We just passed Charles Bridge, and here is the palace behind me. Very beautiful. The boat tour has an audio guide in 8 languages, so you can learn about the landmarks and what you see. Another landmark on the royal route just adjacent to Charles Bridge is St. Nicholas Church and Bell Tower. It's better to come here before sundown so you can enjoy the picturesque view of the city. The church inside is absolutely beautiful, probably the most ornamented church in Prague. The entrance to the church is free, but it costs 150 krona per person to go up the bell tower. The church was built in 1745 and it took over 100 years and 3 generations to build. I'm climbing up the many stairs of St. Nicholas Tower. You need to climb 215 stairs to reach the top gallery of the 65-meter tall tower. The top of the tower is closed. You can only see the view through the small windows. St. Nicholas Church and Tower was used by the partisans during World War II to launch attacks against the German occupiers. I'm at Prague Castle, the most touristic landmark in the Czech Republic, with over 1.8 million tourists a year visiting the place, and no wonder this place is incredible.
The Prague Castle is an awe-inspiring edifice, visible and gorgeous from almost any point in the city in both day and night. There are several important landmarks you must see in Prague Castle. The first one is St. Vitus Cathedral, the largest and most important temple in Prague. Apart from religious services, this cathedral was used for the coronation of Czech kings and queens and is the final burial place of several saints, noblemen and archbishops.
According to the Guinness Book of Records, the Prague Castle is the largest ancient castle in the world, occupying an area of over 70,000 square meters.
Another important landmark is the Old Royal Palace.
The Prague Castle was the seat of power for the kings of Bohemia, Roman emperors, and the presidents of the Czech Republic, and it is currently the office of the current president of the Czech Republic as well.
This palace was the seat of residence of Bohemian princes and kings until the 16th century.
They say the Bohemian crown jewels are hidden in a secret room somewhere in the castle. I wish I could see it and inspect it. It would be a dream as a jeweler. By the way, if you want to buy diamonds and gem jewelry, don't forget to contact me.
The palace is decorated with old Bohemian banners and ancient furniture.
Entrance to the castle and the courtyards is free, but if you want to enter the cathedral and the monuments inside, the ticket price ranges from 250 to 550 krona. You can spend your whole day roaming around the castle and finding some hidden gems inside, so save at least 3 hours to try to see everything.
The most magnificent exhibit in the castle, in my opinion, is the Bohemian crown jewel.
I'm looking at the Bohemian crown jewel. The crown is made from 22 karat gold and a lot of giant size, very high quality spinels, sapphires and rubies. Especially the sapphires look extremely clean, should be worth a lot of money. The crown contains 19 sapphires, 44 spinels, 1 ruby, 30 emeralds and 20 pearls. From the color and the period, the sapphires are, in my opinion, should be Burmese, unheated, so it makes them worth a lot of money. It's beautiful for me as a jeweler to inspect and see close-hand an ancient crown of a Bohemian king.
You can have a quick lunch at the authentic street food market at the courtyard of the palace. The next landmark in the castle complex is St. George's Basilica, one of the oldest churches in the Czech Republic. And my most favorite part of the castle was the Golden Lane.
Make sure to buy ticket to the Golden Lane, it's really cool. Look at this and look at this. This is 100% where the Game of Thrones writer got his inspiration from. George R.R. Martin, I'm on to you. I found your secret. So this is how the knights used to shoot and defend the castle. You can see how people used to live back then. So apparently this is the street where Frank Kafka lived when he lived in Prague and wrote his books.
Hey guys, if you find this video useful so far, I would highly appreciate if you can press the like button so that more people can find it.
I am in a Czech Cuisine restaurant in the old town of Prague. Definitely one of the things to do when you visit Prague is to eat authentic Czech cuisine. Czech cuisine is very rich with meat, a lot of bacon, a lot of pork, but they also have some vegetarian options like this potato soup in bread was absolutely delicious. I also ordered the duck after, but they also have a local fish cooked in traditional style, also look delicious. You haven't really visited the Czech Republic unless you tried authentic Czech cuisine. Also, you cannot be in the Czech Republic without trying the local goulash, very tender.
There is a link in the description below of a really good traditional Czech restaurant located in the old city on the Royal Route.
Definitely one of the things to do in the Czech Republic is to try the local beer.
Adjacent to the castle you can find Tavern Mucha, the oldest pub in Prague, established in 1375. Going inside feels like you're going into a time capsule. The food looks delicious and they also have a medieval show and dinner which I highly recommend.
Just a pro tip for you guys who visit Prague and need to change money. A lot of the money changers really rip you off. They give you 10% below the official exchange rate, and some of them even give you 50% less. I found this exchange next to the Palladium, which gives a really good rate, very fair rate. Right now the official exchange rate is 23 krona for dollar, 23.5, and this one gives 23, while the other ones give 18, 19. So make sure to choose the right exchange rate. And Palladium is in the city center, so it's very easy to come here.
One way to know if you get a fair rate is to examine the spread between the buy and the sell. If the spread is narrow, like in this case 23 to 23.45, you get a really good rate. If the spread is higher than 5%, like in this case 15.5 to 24.68, you are being ripped off. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, please press the like button so that other people can find this video. I'm making another video of 50 things to do in Prague, so make sure to subscribe not to miss it.